Nope.
And yes, it is us once again. I'm Honey Glaze to the W. Together with me is Quack, your casters for the series here in FSL VALORANT Showdown Day number 1. Yes, they are playing in a showdown, but they are also playing against the prize pool or our prize, in which the champion will be taking all 1,000 SGD.
One,
Mm.
1,000 SGD.
Yeah, yeah. And it
1,000 SGD.
yes,
Okay.
man.
Um, I'll
It's
see you in a
like
bit.
200
I'm
per
gonna
player.
go load up my Valorant. I made this joke already. This is terrible. Yeah, that's a lot of money on the line. Again, it's a round robin setup, and we just saw Team Peak Me Bro versus Team Whiff, and it's not all over yet. Yes, it was 2-0, but you know what? We move forward, and tomorrow, Team Peak Me Bro and Team Whiff, they will be playing again. They will be playing against the other teams,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll tally up the scores all at the end of it, and the final ones will play in the grand final on Thursday
Oof.
Thursday, unless
Thursday.
you're in a different time zone, then maybe Wednesday, I'm not sure. But yeah, moving forward, the next two teams, the spiciest teams, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, what are you doing with your life? Go and follow the FSL social media. On Twitter, it's at FSL_GG because there are some really funny videos made by our team captains with Alexi just going, I'm going to be playing an FSL showdown. I'm going to be beating all the other team captains, especially Inari.
Especially in theory. And then they're facing off in the
I
series.
know! It's perfect!
Well, and that just takes out of the plot. This is the last final series and day number 1 for the showdown. And I'm just really excited that this can be can be like a revenge or like a another pair or another battle between Alter Ego and then Brand Victress. Let's see, but oh, oh, it's still the same number of maps. It's still the same maps that we are seeing, but please, please, oh god, let me see a new agent coming into play for this Ascent map going into our game number 1.
Actually, I really hope they do pick something weird or just different agents, but I feel like they might go for something similar. Maybe not the Reyna, but something along those lines. Perhaps a double duelist or double initiator. I mean, we've seen how they play. Of course, you know, the true plot thickener is when Inari made her counter video and she goes, my team name is called Oh
Oh,
really?
really?
Oh really? You're gonna beat me? Oh really? And then she calls Alexi out in her own video as well. So this is gonna be a really fun one. A lot of familiar names that we're gonna be seeing in a second because some of these players in their teams are casters as well.
Yeah.
Honeyglaze, am I right?
Yes,
Really familiar
exactly.
person.
Yes, and then she is playing in BABYGRR, namely Tayror. That I'm just really excited since she will be dividing the prize onto the casters as well if ever they win out our series or our showdown. So yeah, just really take a screenshot or take a copy on this video on the stream that yes she did say that. So I'm really hoping for the best for Team Baby Girl.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I've never heard this conversation. But Tayror, if you want my PayPal, just let me know. Anyway, she has to win first, right? That's the most important bit. So let's go into Agent Select, and we'll see pretty soon. We'll kind of have an idea of who's going to come out on top. All right, it's the same thing.
It's the Asura and the Omen. It's typically the same thing, but it is another additional, or well, we have another additional here, changing up the flavors for Kiki, securing in that race. You're gonna see your flights with the aggressiveness or with the sustainability that may be given or maybe added up to the flavor or to the whole meal here for the side of Team O'Reilly. But then again, Let's hope for the best for our teams right now, since we've seen Ascent earlier in game or number one from series number one. Let's hope that we can see a lot of explosiveness this time with the addition of Raze in this game.
For sure. I mean, it's just going to be interesting because Kiki, yes, Ray's being pulled out. She is also one of these players that has had quite a bit of experience in the FSL open circuits. I know that she used to play on a team with Scherzinger. I know that she's been playing with another team now, I think called Kaida or something. So I don't really know. But they all bring their own different experiences to the table. Of course, Terror as well. Some fun names like Depressed Choco, which is not... It's hidden as Jet right now, actually. That's kind of weird. But that said, I don't know if this is kind of like a pact or something that they fixed and decided between the two team captains. They have both gone with Reina. That's... I don't know. I feel like they've got their own little duel going on.
I'm excited that kind of duel or that kind of 1v1 scenarios that may be happening in arena 1v1s, especially here in the set in which the early picks can come into play, and the early angles can really be a top-notch opportunity for those arenas to create those spaces and those pick-offs for them to have the winning advantage on that round. And but this time, we have Race.
Right there.
Over the chat.
Yeah. I don't know if it's something that's going on. Technical issues. The name's supposed to be displayed as Depressed Choco, but it's Jet right now on Team BABYGRR, the defenders. It is what it is, but you're absolutely right, because talking about how these different portions of the map can be slightly advantageous or disadvantageous to either side, I feel like that's something that both experienced team captains are going to take into consideration. Or maybe they'll just throw it out the window and just kind of go like, yo, Aneri, yo, Alexi, 1v1, peek me, bro. Peek me mid. And that's kind of... Oh, wait. Okay, Alexi's backing up.
This is good, since we have the boom bot, we have a specific angle, but unfortunately Alexi wasn't able to win it out. But Coco, he was able to at least get in the trade. We have them already inside of the site, but down goes two players from the hand from the bullets of Panda. Down also as well from heaven above is Sanitario, and then it is all up to this Killjoy, who is already pinned down, who has nothing left to do, especially the spike is already compromised from a main.
And that's I don't know. I think it's the Astra. I think it's maybe what happens when you go a little bit too quick. Your team kind of gets left behind, and without that coordination, without the practice that you should have, you know, sometimes it just comes down to Panda, and she gets 3 frags. Sometimes it's Centenario and Terror going in, jumping off from heaven, and you have shenanigans. So they buy up on the Guardian in round number 2, and oh really? I don't know what your strat's gonna be, but you're gonna have to be a little bit more careful. Okay, that could work too. Neri.
That's a good start, especially that the utilities of the Killjoy is already placed inside of B. I'm sorry, Taylor, but we cannot be biased if you're already dead. And now we have 5 players already inside. We have the Aldon spotting in 1, but unfortunately all the way down below is Kiki getting in the kill with just the classic. And there you win a triple with the Sheriff, and now the finisher will be going into the hands of O'Reilly with just their thrifty round.
I mean, this is just ridiculous. Honeyclays, you start things off with a Neri getting the perfect duel. I mean, Tayros custard her before. Taylor knows what to expect, but still, in the game, in the server itself, when you're up against Neri, sometimes things just happen. Sometimes 1 second you're okay, another second you find that there are bullets in your face. I don't know. And then the rest of the round just goes that way. I kind of was expecting a little bit more from Alexi, I'm not gonna lie. She had a Guardian, but she eats a bullet from logs. And again, Aneri's just not slowing down. What is this aggression? The smokes come up, the door comes down, and Aneri's still able to find chip damage and brings the Killjoy down to about 5 HP.
Oh no, we have here Aneri. This is a good angle for her to secure, especially the smoke is not there anymore to hide. Their body's already falling down in Aneri's presence, but now he's still really pushing it. Another multi-kill for this lady over here, and now it's all up to Taylor and his Pokemon turret, not giving a lot of opportunity for her to survive. And now it's 5 players onto the hunt on this last remaining caster, trying to survive from the hunt of Aneri and the rest of the gang. Close to an ace though, and that is a 4K.
I mean, it says it right there. Flawless. Watching Aneri play is like... It's like being in the Louvre. That's what LVR stands for. It's a Singaporean team. It's an art gallery. It's where you sit there and just stare in silence and admire the art piece right in front of you. And the art piece is the way that Aneri plays. I mean, every single step, every single decision is so mechanically sound. It's so perfect that nobody's really able to outduel her. This is only round number 4. And she already has her Empress. And she pops it. Okay. Alright. Pop off, Queen.
Yeah, it's just a good opportunity for her to be just really dominant in this map, in this game, in this round. She wasn't able to survive though. Taylor going in for 2.
Nice.
Close to the 3rd kill, but Panda takes it all for herself. 2-2. Equalize. This is a really close of a battle between our teams, huh?
Yeah, really close, really neck and neck, and this is what you have to love about Valorant. Mechanics can put you up on top of the leaderboards, but when it comes down to the round wins, the round plays, the teamwork comes in handy. Sure, Centenaro might have lost her head earlier up in Garden, but Terror hoarding the off angle was something that Aneri did not expect. So, 2-2 is the score that we have.
Now, this time, I don't think that O'Reilly will be playing it slow, since this is already the guns secured, and oh, that's gotta hurt. We say goodbye already for the Jet, and now we're seeing here all the possibilities given for the side of O'Reilly to travel, to time travel, to catwalk, but now they are also falling down one by one, coming in from someone all the way from mid lane.
Oh. Spike is down though, that's a problem. She is in a great position though, Nong. Goes up front, she has to watch her back. Terror unfortunately has a little bit of a whiff at the start, taking down Aneri, but then managed to get the final one. Unfortunately, of course, Kyla Daddy, that's a long name. Kyla is the one that ends it off, having the numbers advantage on the side of O'Reilly. So 3-2. Honeyglaze, what's gonna happen next?
I think if ever Taylor did have enough time to analyze where Kyla the Daddy will be coming from, she will be able to secure in a kill, since she was able to at least get in the isolated fight from 2 players from O'Reilly. But yeah, with that info not given from that Omen, it is going to be unfortunate, and it is a goodbye for that succeeding round for them to secure. But this time, the aggressiveness will be going in forward for O'Reilly to get in or inside of the, but unfortunately for Taylor, she's just pinned down with the Hunter's Fury and dominating 2K.
One enemy remaining.
My god, and even with all these frags going through, Kiki collecting on the 3rd, and Neri just B-hops straight into defender spawn to kidnap the panda away from the zoo. Anyway, 4-2, and it's just sound plays coming from this team. I mean, did you see how Sova, it's Ice Queen. She was using the Hunter's Fury just to deal with Taylor's lockdown. A really smart lockdown, but unfortunately rendered useless. And now the score is 4-2.
Yeah, with just the availability of O'Reilly's Headhunter, it is going to be really hard for her to use the lockdown against the Sova and the rest of the dominating players here from O'Reilly. And now, speaking of a lockdown, there is a counter lockdown coming in from O'Reilly to create a lot of space here in B. There's been There's the blinds, there's the sprays. Alexi trying to at least get in onto one, but no one comes in hand.
Oh,
Oh my god.
exactly obliterated by Kiki. Just the showstopper at the right time, Honeyglaze. I don't know where that came from, but she saw an opportunity and she took it. Down to the 1-on-2. It's not impossible for Alexi to win, but Nong is right behind her. She's online for the ace. Still doesn't quite know where this lone killjoy is, though, and that's the one caveat in this scenario. Thankfully, she has the spike position somewhat safely for her. Nong has to find the perfect headshot to put an end to it, and she does! The nail in the coffin, as it were. 5-2 for O'Reilly as they continue with this win streak.
You already found the opportunity for that Reina to clutch that one out with an ace. Alexi was unable to find that remaining Nong here and this kind of post-plan scenario, and especially when she was just dueling inside or after getting inside of B, and then there was the sneaky play coming in from Nong, was able to reposition quickly after planting in the spike. That is huge, especially that Alexi has been really heating up to get in more rounds for their name.
She really has, but in this situation, it's kind of an overheat. The judge pushing forward, unfortunately gets answered back with Kiki's Vandal. Situation just does not favor BABYGRR for the time being, as O'Reilly has played with all of the timings, the rotations on the map to get the spike down really quick, and now just holding the angle to push them even further back. Centenario down to 5 HP. There's nothing, absolutely nothing that she can do, and she's gonna back off to hold on to her Vandal.
And now, this can be a possibility for O'Reilly to hunt her down. Since, yeah, let's not give her the opportunity to save up the bundle and then be really confident on the next round. Since, again, they have already punished BABYGRR enough when it comes to the eco, when it comes to the duels, and yeah, we still have here the Hunter's Fury for the remaining rounds to make here for this half. Oh no.
Wow. I mean, why not? Just free fire it. Still gotta love the name though, BABYGRR.
I felt that awkward to say while analyzing the movements coming in from this game.
That's the thing about this showdown. The team names are so fun that every time we're trying to get like a little bit serious with the analysis, like I gotta say, pick me, bro. Oh really? BABYGRR. Look at this. You already know it's going to be yet another hyper-aggressive Inari signature push, Inari signature execute onto the B site. The paranoia out, Inari to follow. Everyone already has control over the site itself. Smokes are a little bit shallow for my taste, but still, the main thing is that they have control over the entire site.
And then the Hunter's Fury will be creating a lot of space, creating a lot of time for them to go inside, get into. Taylor was able to go inside and then take down on the remaining players here of O'Reilly and not really giving a damn because she goes and nailing it for 4K in this scenario of which they are making a comeback 3-6.
You have to love this. This caster can frag. She's not just hot on the mic, she's hot on the mouse and keyboard as well. Bringing her team back up to 3-6, just capitalizing on the correct moment, the one window of opportunity. And she sneaks in, now on the top of the leaderboard for her team. Of course, though, still, you have to watch out for Inari and Kiki because they have been wreaking havoc. Every site that they decide to hit, they will be able to create that space for their team. So now I'm wondering what's going to happen on the next one because we've been seeing these strats, Honeyglaze. One round's going to be a full A execute, and the next round's going to be a full B execute. Now they're headed back to A. The only one here to stop them is none other than Terror.
Yeah, with her utilities all over the place, with then the concussed. That is just a crispy shot. Really well needed to deny, to counter, to at least stop onto Inari's momentum for this round. And then the laptop comes into play really wisely. Sis, this is a golden opportunity to pressure O'Reilly from trying to
Go.
get inside of the set. Alexi going in for another, and now 2 remaining players left alive for O'Reilly to survive and try to get onto that spike.
BABYGRR. Grr. No. Okay, Nong. Oh, okay. Just sitting right on top of the spike like that. Centenario. Kind of baiting out those peaks from Nong, baiting out those peaks from Kyla. And it's just going to be Alexi watching the angles. Thankfully, Taylor's there to trade. We have our score back up to a 4-6. It's not that bad after all, but my goodness, is this such a well-placed, such a well-timed Astra Gravity Well from Panda.
I am really liking here the coordination between Tater and Panda. When it comes to their utilities, it is really well needed to have that gravity well being pulled onto the opposing team and then bait them off all the way from the mollies, from the nanoswarms here by Tater, and it is going to be completely deadly. Especially that we have here the turret to have and to give off so much snow. But oh my god, what was happening?
That's one way to dissect the smoke, I guess. You got one player approaching from the side and then an area approaching from the other side. Of course, though, here it comes. It's going to be the lockdown. It catches onto Alexi. We are growling no more. It's going to be O'Reilly has to continue to push up front. Even with a Sheriff, Ice Queen is going to be able to find a head. Kiki pushes them back with a blast pack, and now the spike goes down.
I think this is still doable since Tater is just really doing it right now. 2v2. We have both the Killjoys and the Sovas, but unfortunately, they are already tagged. They are already known already with their positioning. Unfortunately, under that angle, I don't think it is really doable for her. Oh my god, that is a tricky for Tater. This is a good opening for Sanitario to get inside and then get in that kill, and she will! Getting in another round for BABYGRR.
I am so impressed. I know we joked about the whole, like, caster bias payment thing, but look at this. One of our own, our tribe, Terror comes in and she's able to pull her own weight. You have to love it. You have to admire it. The way that she makes use of that Phantom, the way she makes it sing, and bringing her team now up to almost an even score. I don't know how Team O'Reilly are going to adapt to this, but they need to find a different strategy because these rushes aren't working out any longer.
Especially that we have a lot of think about when it comes to the utilities. Yes, they have the aggressiveness from the Omen, from the Blinds. Oh no, wait a minute, we have Alexi going in for 3. That is such a bait, especially that we have O'Reilly just traveling, go all the way from mid lane, going into mid, and then the follow of Alexi, and then diminishing them one by one just to secure them the 6-6 score line. That was really a good half.
That was more than good. I mean, look at how she took these duels, supported by the Gravity Well, the Shock Dart, just sharp flicks back to back, even depressed Choco pushing out A short like that. It was really smart. I mean, this is the counter momentum that you have. Just when your opponents are starting to feel like, okay, maybe it's time to change our strategy. This is when you change your strategy too as a defender. You push out, and all of a sudden they're caught by surprise. Oh, really becomes, oh my god, I don't know.
Oh my god. Yeah, you were really seeing them going with the popping up potential of Eneri and Kiki, then followed up with the utilities as well from the rest of the players, but then we're just seeing the composure, the adjustments coming in from BABYGRR. Tater once again going in for the trade, and Alexi is inside of the smoke, unfortunately not surviving any further from Eneri's hands, and down goes the players of BABYGRR one by one, half HPs for the last 2.
And with that much health, it's just going to be a little bit tougher unless they are able to find those perfect crispy headshots. But looking at how the defenders are pushing out now, they just might not be able to survive this round as Nong finally puts a cap in the head of Taylor. 7-6. Winning this pistol now gives them the lead, gives them the advantage, that possibly the momentum that they need just to secure this map. But
Player standing.
my oh my, so far it's been incredibly close.
I think they're just really playing it out slow. They're just burning in the momentum here of oh really. Once they do have their momentum in the first few rounds and then being calmed back, BABYGRR just doing their thing with the adjustments, with their duels, just winning it out against O'Reilly, and then we'll see that O'Reilly might just lose in their momentum as what happened earlier in the first half.
It's all about the momentum. And just maybe being able to stifle it for the time being, you know, take a Vandal away or two. Could give you a huge lead, but they're being very careful about this, making use of every single smoke, every single nebula available. Unfortunately, Kyla hears something and gets the sense that there is danger looming on the other side, sends out the paranoia, and all of a sudden this entire spot on tree turns into a chainsaw massacre.
It was kind of unfortunate for BABYGRR not mobilizing enough all the way from A main to at least diverting the attention. Look at the crosshairs, look at the angles already secured in by the Sova, by Aneri, and they were able to pin down every single player from BABYGRR, and that is an unfortunate event that they need to focus on adjusting if ever they want to play around Kobe once more together with the push going into A.
You just really have to be very, I don't know, careful about it. Sometimes you need to mobilize, you need to push in fast enough, but given that many obstacles, you just can't. And now it's going to be Kiki who pushes up front to create that little moment of chaos. All of a sudden, you feel like B lobby might be compromised. You see the rotations coming through, and in that time, top mid has been compromised as well, thanks to Aneri. The double duelists are pushing in through tiles, trying to find what they can. Alexi is the one who answers back, getting a double kill of her own, and now popping the Empress, topping up her health. She goes straight into the B site.
Oh.
No!
No, possibly knows where the remaining players are really pinned down. Even though we have the Empress, you had no idea where is Nong is coming from. And this time, it's just all up to the press Choco, but it is really unfortunate that he wasn't even able to save up anyone that has been already inside of the site, has been able to enter inside of B.
This is where, you know, credit where it's due. Nong definitely pulled off the finishing touches of this round. Ice Queen might have been the one who got the final kill, but of course Nong was the one who was patient enough to actually stay around market. Her turret, of course, still active, kind of was a pain in the side of Team BABYGRR. So 6-9, they will have to eco, and that's where I think momentum is completely lost.
Oh. We're down to another save round here for BABYGRR, and it is kind of hard for them to succeed in the following scenarios in which we have here O'Reilly just getting in their momentum with Aneri getting into play, getting in those kills together, followed up by Kyla, and now with the gravity well, it's saved up for a bit. A member from BABYGRR, but unfortunately it didn't last now, since again O'Reilly has been really all over the place from top mid, and then there was someone in mid lane, and then there was a goodbye already for the BABYGRR members, and now it is a 6-10, and really 4 coming in so far here for BABYGRR to have that comeback coming for this game.
Yeah, it's that huge momentum that they've gained. I mean, we're seeing it on the screen right now. It's 4 wins in a row for Team O'Reilly. This is something that I was afraid of, because when you have such an aggressive squad, when you have someone like Aneri, playing on defense means that you have to watch your backs every single time. They're going to push out, just like what they're doing into B main right now. The boom bot just going off in their faces to press Choco down to 30 HP. Aneri holding the off angle on the other side, sees the drone and pops right off. Ice Cream going in for additional info. She has her shock darts ready, and of course Neri just doing even more damage. They're going in to close out the doors, but they can't quite do it for long because Neri's still here to play. Panda finds the headshot. A trade goes through with the classic. And all of a sudden, Kyla's the only one left. Only thing is, they have no idea that she's coming from the back. Panda spots her, but gets a bullet from the head through the wall. Centenario now. 50 seconds in a one-on-one. Surely you don't double back down onto the site. Surely you rotate over, but you have to go in fast. She just spotted you. Now she runs all over. Oh, the ult. Okay.
At least she had the info. But this is going to be
30 seconds
such a hassle for Kyla to make that rotate happening inside of A or coming into B, going into A. And now Centario has the opportunity to reposition immediately out of combat for O'Reilly have those angles to think about before even trying to defuse in the spike.
I think what's going to happen is that Centenario is just going to wait for the spike tap before she makes even a single peek. And at that time, because Kyla has 2 dark covers available, it actually becomes a little more difficult for Centenario to deal with. Of course, the dart now, and then it's just spraying through the smokes. It's going to help out in full. Okay, that's all you really needed. Perhaps what might have been better was to smoke off the spike instead, but it is what it is. 7 to 10, and we move forward.
Yeah, they have already pinged it. They have already the angle to pin onto it. But thankfully enough, even though that they have been really facing a lot of hindrance from Neri and the rest of the gang here from the side of O'Reilly, they have finally bagged a round here. And the second half, they are the ones attacking, so let's see more of them soon. Once that they have already conquered in their groove and the nerves given here by Neri and her aggressiveness. Look at this. She's already here in mid-side. She is already ready here to get in that pick off or to get in someone already that will be giving or having a lot of impatience to have that kill.
That's right. It's really just a big contest for the mid side right now, and that effectively cuts off the fastest rotations. If you want to rotate, you have to go all the way through defender spawn right now, which is why it's so crucial for Nong as well as Ice Cream to actually delay as much as possible through A main, because that's where the spike is headed. If they can hold them back, and if the rotations can come through like what Anair is pulling off right now, that's going to be big damage. Taywar gone off the roster. 3 on 5. How do you recover?
Oh no.
Spike down A.
There's already the push. They are being sandwiched and Dario going in for the kill. They're straight up and now another pick up for Kyla. And now they have already secured an 11-7 scoreline. This is going to be really hard for BABYGRR to try and do something more and experience the worst here that can be given by O'Reilly. But yeah, then again, they have to just at least be confident enough to outduel Neri when it comes to the duels or when it comes to the contact that he has been really giving here against BABYGRR.
I mean, that's just the contact plays going back and forth. And you really have to respect Team O'Reilly, especially when they have the guns. Cosmic Divide goes up now, and then the push straight onto the A site. How do you respond to this? You're trapped inside of hell.
Even though that you're trapped, at least you have a lot of info coming in from that recon. Alexi,
One enemy remaining.
he is now down to the last remaining player here. Good white swing from Nong. An open opportunity for Neri to have that white swing coming all the way from heaven down above and getting in that kill against Alexi. That was a good opener, if I may say, for that killjoy. But this the attention was diverted onto her.
We're starting to see Neri get a little bit excited. Some victory crouching. And this is really just I think you mentioned it, Honeyglaze, because it's really smart plays.
One enemy.
Seeing that wall come up, knowing that the onus is on them to start pushing and start attacking. You have that time to set up the retake scenario. You have that time, just as they're about to get the spike down, to push in and dish out damage, dish out the hurt. It's down to 7 and 12, and match point is earned by Team O'Reilly. And Neri continues to spray just as about time when she dies. She actually dismisses away. Ice Cream comes in now, and Neri peeks again, just fearless as ever. And she gets the 4th frag! She was so low! And she continues to push up front, not scared of anything at all. And that is why the team name is O'Reilly.
Oh, really? Are you going to really pick me? That's what she said. Oh, no. It's just really unfortunate to see that we have Neri getting in all of those kills and then being followed up with the Hunter's Fury. They're just really pinned down. Even though that they have the opportunity or they have enough possibilities to turn things around, it's just really too late that we see. Even though that she is being pulled by the gravity well crack, I cannot believe she was still compromised to get in the kill. She was still composed to get in someone.
It's I don't even know how to analyze that, you know? Like, it's a micro play. It's just an Neri. That's the whole analysis. It's just an Neri.
Yeah.
She is experienced enough. She is confident enough. She is composed enough that even when she feels pressure from like a gravity well, when she sees 2 players, her mind instantly knows how to react. It's to go in for that spray and just control it well enough to find the 1 frag and just dismiss away. Get the heck out of there. And that is incredible.
That's the thing. That's the pros and cons when you have the Reina, right? We have those blinds. We have that in and out scenarios given by the dismiss, and that is a good of a play coming in from Neri. Since all of the highlight has been really given to Neri and the rest of the game, but let's see if this is going to be the same storyline going in the map of Haven for number 2. After the short break, I'm Honey Glaze with the double E together with me is Quack. Don't go away. We'll be right back. And we're finally back to see if it's going to be a 2-0 for this last series of the day, or we are going to see Taylor and the rest of the gang from Alexi's team will be going in for the comeback against the side of Oh Really. I'm Honey Grace with the W together with me is Hey, I'm Crack, and now this is game number 2. Haven, finally a new map. Give it to us for this day.
I know, right? It's gonna be Haven, and you already know this is like one of those maps that Neri is she's really, really good on. And I don't know. Alexi and her team, BABYGRR, they're gonna have to really hunker down and find a way to really control those parts of the map, really find ways to defend it, or, you know, on attack, kind of make use of your strats, because whatever it is, if an Neri is doing what she did on a set, you're gonna have a bad time.
That's the thing. You will have certainly a bad time if ever you give so much momentum here for Neri and the rest of the game. But let's see here if they will be given enough momentum on our agent selection for the second map here in Haven. We're seeing here Taylor still on that Killjoy, and Alexi giving a lot of space here for the jet pick for us, the defenders on the first half here in Haven.
Very curious to see what this team picks now, because they haven't locked it in. Kyla's hovering over the breach, which is very DRX-esque. And then, of course, the Astra going in as well. So, back to it again. It's going to be the same old double duelist, just that the initiator is different.
Mm-hmm. For BABYGRR, they're just relying on that Reina within the blinds, when in fact they are going to have a lot of hindrance that will be coming from the blinds itself of that breach, and then the Reina from the from Oh Really. So this is going to be a really different story. A lot of aggression will be expected once again from O'Reilly and Neri, especially that she has started and ended things so strong from game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be mayhem. But just before we get straight into it, I mean, just to point out real quick, the stinger video that plays out as we transition into the broadcast, I really love watching the player cams and all those like happy celebrations, because it just shows like how far and how much FSL has done, how far they've come and everything. All these girls, everyone playing right now, it's all thanks to FSL. And we start things off again, and Neri pushing straight into Garage already, swaps to the Sheriff. I've seen this before.
Yeah, it is almost the same since we're looking back at the fact that Neri comes on top, especially that we just started off the round. They are already inside of the side, planning the spike, and Neri goes in for another for the post plant or for the retake scenario that is supposedly happening now for BABYGRR, but it is not really going well as we're looking forward that this is down to a 1v3.
Oh, well. Trying really hard just to find whatever we can. Furiously panicking and tapping away. The shots are gonna miss because of movement and accuracy. But there it is, you know. It's, again, the Neri pain trained. 1-0, a perfect start. And look at what she buys, Honey Glaze. Look at that.
Immediately going in for the Vandal without hesitation. She did not stutter getting in that Vandal crack.
Gotta be careful though. If Depressed Choco like hides inside of a nebula, like a smoke or something, or plays the corner correctly, one shot, that Vandal's gone. And this could be it. She hops over though, look at this! Doesn't matter with the nebula! Does get hit by the Bucky, and there it is! BABYGRR with the strats, the classics, and all of those rewards, all of those specters now belong in their pockets.
This is going to be really hard to take for Neri. She risked it all for that Vandal, but unfortunately they did not see all of the utilities coming. All of the utilities already raining. It's just random utilities being rained out here and Amen, and they were not able to at least move even a nudge to get away from every casualty given to them. And now it's a 1-to-1, and almost a deja vu once again from game number 1. And now Kiki, that's a good trade, especially coming in from that classic.
It's really nice. And of course, Alexi just secures the weapons, tosses it over. Great trade to start off, and look at what's happening on A-Long. Pushing all the way up, confirming that there isn't a single player up by A-Lobby, not just yet. Centenario, though, backs off and kind of rotates a little bit soon. And this is where O'Reilly could actually find an opening into the A site. No one is here to defend. That's a really curious decision. Huh.
Playing it for the retake can be really risky on the last few rounds or the last few minutes of the map, since especially that A is just really hard to play it for the retake if you ever don't have enough utilities to create a lot of space from that specific corners that they can be played upon. It's a 4v4. This can be really be doable for O'Reilly to secure.
Really extremely. However, all these angles, that's what really gives O'Reilly the advantage. Pushing in now, making use of the Nebula. Alexi backs off, continues to spray forward. Her entire team just to capitalize on the chaos. And Terror finishing things off. We have BABYGRR now pushing into the start with a 2-1. And of course that Vandal coming into play.
Yeah. Clean enough for them to secure in a team A, especially that they need to take down every single player here from O'Reilly to finally have that round or that lead and to finally have their groove. We see here Aneri really being pinned down just because of the utilities, and it is going to be a hindrance and a tilt factor if ever you don't find around
A
all
tilt
of the
factor.
utilities. Since we have again the Sovadors, we have those gravity wells, and then there's there with the utilities placed on with those sword
Oh, man.
grenades.
That's what you gotta love, though. But now, this time, Nong try and find those opening picks. And Neri closing in the distance as well. Playing around the smokes, they are able to take down the depressed Choco. And all of a sudden, the B side has been completely cracked open. Of course, though, Taylor, ever so strong as an anchor, the Killjoy. She wears beanies. She's got the Vandal. She's looking for the last one, Kiki. Not gonna be able to do much. And it's gonna be a 3-1.
It's just really going in smooth now since again we have the Vice coming in from the side of BABYGRR, and now they have more on possibilities here to pin down players from the side of O'Reilly, to the fact that Eneri is not hitting the shots anymore. Unlike earlier on, we see so much composure given to the side of BABYGRR to completely have the rounds or to completely win out those duels. Especially that they needed to play in all together to pin down players from O'Reilly, and now they are going to face here the death blades here from from Nong. But let's see if it is going to be worthy.
Well, it is a weapon, and then they are rotating all the way to the other side of the map. An early pickoff, and all of a sudden, O'Reilly are starting to question their decisions. And that cosmic divide masks so much that they have no idea the spike's going down on A's side. By the time they realized it, it's a little bit late. There's an alarm bot up by Sewer as well. So, O'Reilly are going to have a lot of information to work with this time.
And with that info, it can be a really big factor before they finally pin down players from BABYGRR, and just one shot to the head against Taylor. She is already down. Another gravity well. She swam through and then gets a kill, and now the trigger rounds goes into O'Reilly. Now going in for the impact against the side of BABYGRR, unfortunately.
Never phases her at all, ever. and all the traits that come in along with it. The smart plays, the smart rotations from Team O'Reilly puts them back on top of the board. But of course, they need one more round just to find that momentum. You know, it could just kind of damage the economy of BABYGRR in this round. That said, everyone's are pretty close to their ultimates on the side of BABYGRR, and that's kind of what I'm afraid of. Alexi now with an operator in hand. Completely shuts off the lights for the side of Team O'Reilly.
Yeah, I love the anticipation when it comes to picking on the window and then expecting in someone will be going in for the trade all the way from grass, and that went into play to take down two duelists immediately from O'Reilly. So now they are pinned down. They are hesitating. This is the impact that we need and we have been really expecting to see from game number 1. Let's hope that Alexis still gets in one, and she will.
Fortunately, not quite finding what they needed. That operator is just too devastating now. So they're gonna have to back off. Of course, though, it's gonna be Panda who hears the footsteps, and she's primed and ready to let it rip. Only player left is gonna be Kyla, who flicks on over. So this is still doable, but you're gonna have to watch her back. She's kind of overthinking it, needs to get the spike down, but Taylor is hot on her heels. And then comes Alexi from the back, striking while the iron is hot.
I love that Taylor, all the way from Garage, was just getting in the attention so that Alexi can come into play and get in that kill all the way from C Lone. So if ever that Taylor wasn't able to succeed onto that duel against Kyla, that will be a good opportunity for Alexi, since that is Kyla not knowing where she will be coming from, and now she also have the time to think about to plant and the spike. And this time, I think they have the guns now available for them to secure, and now they're taking on A side. Oh.
They're going to be pushing in heavily, but Depressed Choco from behind has a prime opportunity to strike. She gets the first one, still has the orb available for the dismiss, and there she goes in for it. Cloudburst just to block her off, though, and that is a brief moment of respite that allows an Aryan gang to push all the way straight into A. Still, they cannot make their way past Terror Panda and the crew, and that's what really hurts them now. The last one left, approaching from A-Link of all places.
I really love the utility usage here from Panda. She knows when to pop in the gravity well and then the concuss and then the smokes, just really well timed to use. It's just really immediate for them to secure in those angles to deny the vision coming in from the side of O'Reilly. And I really think that they really know how to play in this game. Haven has been really smooth for them to secure in 5 rounds against O'Reilly, even though that they have been hindered for 1 round between those 2 rounds here. It is going to be really smooth for them if ever they punish enough buy rounds here from O'Reilly.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start to work through with this momentum that you've gotten so far. Make sure that O'Reilly can't get that thrifty that they're looking for. They have done it before. So you're just gonna have to be careful about it. Look at how safe they're playing, though. Slowly approaching out to the B site, but not quite getting the flick. Depressed Choco anticipated it. And then goes in for a second one. What?
Huh? Oh, okay. At least she worked it out. She's still alive. She still survived. Then no. We have a good shot here coming in from Ice, going in for 2. Okay. This is a good start for her to pick up a Vandal, but Tater says no more. Let's win out this game. Let us take game number 2 or even this half. But this is just a really good start here, coming in from the Breast Choco.
You know, I think I know what that strat is. It's the idea that if you keep jumping, they're not going to be able to hit your head.
Well, you're trying to heal from that orb, right?
Yeah. That's exactly... It works, though. That's the thing. So 6-2 now. And it's a buy up again for O'Reilly. Let's see if they can actually claw their way back in. And Neri now leading the charge and pushing down onto the A site. But this time, a little bit more tempered. Not as fast as it used to be.
Quick change of pace, especially that O'Reilly needed this one to at least confuse BABYGRR on whatever is going to happen, what is going to fall upon them, since Panda take it down on Kiki. Do you love me? No! This is another good opportunity for them to secure an A side, getting in the plant. There's still have this win. There is a kill. Alexi dominant enough to gain 2K here for this round, and that is a good round for BABYGRR to have another round against O'Reilly.
I think it's safe to say at this point the momentum's been lost. It's not just lost, it's like it's straight up just disappeared. BABYGRR has every single bit of momentum at this point because that one operator has so much presence that Aneri is even thinking twice about rushing in. Not only that, you've got all of these ultimates, all of these utilities coming in through just to hold off and push O'Reilly back. Kiki has tried to pull off some lurks in the previous rounds, but they're not quite as effective, so O'Reilly needs to reframe their strategies, reframe their approach.
That's the thing. How can they have... no, that is a good start.
That works.
Yeah, that works. That is a good opening, and that is the confidence needed for Alexi to dominate inside of C and then create a lot of space and then play inside of the side for the post plant.
Spike planted.
I mean, I'm just always so baffled, Honeyglaze. Sometimes it's like, okay, you can use utility, you can dissect the map. Sometimes you can just have an area just run straight into garage, find a frag like that. Well, okay, the whole round's theirs now. Oh, look at this, she's getting a second one.
They're falling apart again. Two players left behind, but at least they have a complete good lead against the side of BABYGRR. That is a good kill though, coming in from Panda, but now it's all up to Sanitario. They have a lot of she has a lot of utilities to think about, and now we have Nong falling onto her hands. That is a good kill. Additional credits, and still around this around Fear 4. Oh really? Oh no!
Clipped by the edge of the spike, but that's okay. There were players on the other side as well. I think she was thinking about maybe the operator on the ground, but that's okay. You know, they have rounds to spare. So 7-3 is the score right now. Momentum slightly paused for the time being. Oh, really could just make this a 7-5.
Really not impossible for them to secure that 7-5. Especially that Ineri was able to hit onto that shot while running around, going to secure in a kill, secure in a side. But now, look at this. They're just not backing away. They're not hesitating. She's not even starting to just get it inside. And now, she needs to make sure that she clears off backside before anything else.
This is incredible. And she's not worried at all. Even with the updraft coming through, Alexi tried to find something, but not quite. As Ineri is now very, very much so aware of her position. No more tailwind for you. You're gonna have to play off the drone, but wow! Just fast enough! And all that's left is gonna be Panda stuck alone at the back site. Terror comes in to claim the crown. And that's going to be an 8-3.
You gotta love the follow-up immediately from getting in the info or giving in the distraction from the Aldron. They were able to find out where Ineri is, and followed by that, Alexi was able to pick immediately and get in that kill. And then the cleanup crew. We have Terror here for the clean 3K, securing in another lead. The 7-5 is no more, but 8-4 can really be.
I have to say that it's really smart what Ineri is calling out right now. And I can feel that these are her calls. You see the way she's approaching Garage, and it's really just because she wants to be wary of Alexi's operator. Alexi could peek mid, Alexi could peek A, but she's not going to hold Garage with that thing. And that is why C is the site to hit. This is why they're rushing into this place right now. But Panda's doing her darndest just to hold them off. Her darndest just to anchor down this site. And she's managed to do it. Rotation's being called through, and all of a sudden Ineri decides to rotate to the A site.
Oh.
She's actually lurking.
Yeah, this is going to be a problem, especially in A side. We have your Alexi, and Alexi doesn't.
There it is.
There's the operator shot. There's the warning. Give it to the side of O'Reilly if you will be able to continue and forward here in A. The left down comes into play, but that flank from Ineri won't be happening as much impact in this last and final round for the SAF.
Yeah, I might just see a 9-3. Not unless O'Reilly plays their cards right. Have to be so careful though, because they're completely surrounded. You got players approaching from behind. Terror, she smells blood. She wants to swim into it. She's in there like swimwear. And all of a sudden, Centenario is the one who finishes it off, coming through a link. 9-3 certainly is the score at the end of this first half.
Oh no, I could have just given the 8-4 scoreline here for O'Reilly, since it is really the infamous 93 spinners that can be inflicted on the next half if ever, and there it comes with the comeback, and then their specific place in which they have the aggression that can startle the players here from BABYGRR, trying to get inside of the side, but then be puzzled or just be struggling to entering in the face of Neri.
And that's the thing they really have to consider moving over into this second half. You really need to win the pistol. If you don't, that's just gonna be rough. And we might move into a map number 3.
And then welcome us to bind again. Oof.
There we go.
Alexi.
Got him.
Definitely a good start, especially that Depressed Choco is already all the way from her back trying to get in those kills, but Taylor did not survive that impact coming in from Kiki. Sinitario was able to take down to one, but Kyla was able to go in for another. As you said, they needed to win out this FSL round, but unfortunately, oh my god, this can be really be doable still for the Depressed Choco, but the trade click! No!
That's a classic if I've ever seen one. Just when you think all hope is lost, you know, Depressed Choco, full HP, just swing out, right click to the face. That's all you need. And we have the 9-4 that they were so desperately looking for.
She has already healed up, and then the right click was just there to deny it. They needed that round. They needed to have a good start here in the second half, but it didn't get. It wasn't given to them by Aurelian now. And Neri on the Vandal once more. She needs to make use of this very cleanly, very wisely against the side of BABYGRR, or then that is another trip around that may be possibly given here for BABYGRR. That is a push here for Neri.
And she kind of spotted the second one as well. The moment they saw that it was Arena, they knew it was Neri. They are backing off. And Neri doesn't care though. She's pushing up front. She's using the dismiss. She's backing away. Goes in for the reload. 3 players still on the other side. A little bit of support, and she just gets another headshot. They neglect to check their back, and Neri flicks to the side, but no. Eats a shot from the Ghost, and Depressed Choco once again in this scenario. Nong is the one who dashes up front to clean things up. Oh, really? Managing to secure their lead. However, they lost 3 players. What does that mean? Their economy!
Additional to that is that Neri was taken down by someone all the way from the back with just the Ghost. This is going to be really hard. Especially for the side of BABYGRR. Yes, they have enough eco to buy in their guns, but then again, we have that impact given to us by O'Reilly once more. They need to diminish the fact that Neri has been really comfortable when it comes to getting in those pickups on the early picks, on the early pushes, and look at that. She's already all the way from grass going into snow.
All the way
Oh,
in.
no.
And you just need to adapt fast enough, but Alexi is here. Getting 2 headshots back to back. The entire site is theirs. The only one left, Nong. There's nothing but a sheriff left to play with. Alexi instantly sees her and reacts. On cue, on command, 10-5. BABYGRR not backing down. They want to close this map out.
Yeah, they really want it. This is already half of the rounds already given to the side of Aurelian. Unfortunately, they're not really getting in onto their hands or getting in the comeback onto their hands fully enough for them to have those succeeding rounds winning off from the side of BABYGRR. 10-5. This is really looking smooth since I'm seeing here BABYGRR just really have an equalized scoreline in which they have also enough participation, but now that is a good trade-off coming in from Taylor. Getting in that kill, getting in another, and now all the way from the back is the Depressed Choco winning it out for Taylor to get in that 3rd kill.
1 enemy remaining.
And make that a 4th. She's online for the ace. Why not? Let her have it.
Spike planted.
She did. Oh.
Oh, she had the info.
Okay. Hold the angle. Please don't peek out. They're gonna push in together. Kiki's just slowly backing off. There's the ace. It's gone. Just stolen it at the last second. And Depressed Choco is the one to help things out.
It was so sad to see that Depressed Choco wasn't baiting it off for her. So at least she takes in a couple of bullets and then Taylor will be getting in the ace, but no! That Taylor just went it off, not knowing where Kiki is just leaving it out. And now it's 11-5 still. Around this round, no ace given, but still multi-kills all over the place given to us by Taylor. I don't know what's happening.
It's all good. Because they have the rounds, they have the money, and that's what really counts. Alexi making the calls now, continuing to push up front, trying to stay alive as there might be more utility headed her way, but all is good. They are in position to put down their utilities, their lockdown. Neri trying to be cheeky with it though. Going back and forth. Now Kiki coming in as well. She somehow sneaked past the Nebula and into the one corner where she can stay out of the range of the lockdown. Still not quite enough as Alexi smells that sign of life and kind of fends it. 12-5, it's match point. And the last round where they can still kind of afford something, but it's going to be a really tall mountain to climb at this point, Honeyglaze.
Well, despite the fact that they are already inside of the side, stacked all together, and then we're just waiting it for BABYGRR just to fall apart inside and then be baited out. But unfortunately, there was another factor that they are just in a save round to cancel this match point secured by BABYGRR. Now, this is a push. I think this is another C take coming in from Alexi. Oh my gosh, and Neri pushing out, but Taylor says, no, you will not get away alive. And this is a good opening for Kiki, since that was the good trade. He was able to reposition, and now she is still alive. And now this is down to a 3v3.
Still winnable. All they have to do, they have their utility set up, but oh my god, Nog. Low HP, but it doesn't really matter. It's gonna be up to Tara. She tries to reposition around the Nebula, but she's been spotted out by Ice Queen, and at this point, not much she can do to stay alive, trying to deny it with the Nanoswarm, but that's just one of it. So, timer burns out, Kyla gets the defuse, and we move forward for one more round.
Oh, this is going to be really tricky enough to see if ever they finally get in that last final round that BABYGRR is just supposed to win. And now, speaking of, that is a really good win still for the side of Aurelie, since they have been really giving a lot of pressure here in Garage. So after getting in a kill, the trade-offs was also there for the reposition to happen, and then use in the utility to hold them off further before they even secure in the round. And now, it is 12-6. Still really doable for BABYGRR to finish it out, and welcome to game number 3. But oh really, oh my god, Neri's already inside of window.
Oh my god. She's still going in! How is she doing this? Absorbs and gets a double kill. Kiki pushes out of Garage, and they just continue to pummel forward. The spike's been dropped. BABYGRR, they have the momentum, but all of a sudden, it's all up to Panda. Flicks upward. Looks for the next one, and Neri dances back and forth. Support is on the wing. There's no way. There's no way. 12-7. How? Neri. It's just a Neri.
Yeah, she's just really the one changing up the pace really quickly. That it's taking a lot of time for the side of BABYGRR to process and fully, and then find out what is Neri doing. She's already inside of mid, even though she was already tagged. She was down to a low HP. She hadn't have enough armor, and now once that she knew already that the Reina, the press Choco was needed to reload, she went in with no hesitation.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Same scenario, but this time the entire army is here. So alone in air, even you might be a commander, you cannot do much against the full squad. Kyla pushes them back though, and both lockdowns now flying in.
Oh my god.
Wait, did they actually just use the the Rolling Thunder to push them back into it? And every single one is kind of detained right now. They're hunting them down. Kyla just trying to be extra careful about it, sends in the flashpoint, and all that's left is one more player. Kiki finds it and pushes us into a 12-8.
Oh my god, just 4 more, and then we're going in for an overtime. The pressure is just too real. We can say that this is a given pressure given to us by BABYGRR to Aurelie, since it's already 12, it's already their match point. But then again, with the process of things that we see and Neri and the gang getting in their hands on the comeback, on their momentum, this can be a really huge impact that BABYGRR needs to be decisive enough to have a side for themselves, especially that we have the Hunter's Fury at hand, and then there's also the Empress, but Neri takes down one once again.
Oh my goodness. And another. And, well, not another. Terror. She could do it. It's not impossible. She hears the footsteps and goes in for the swing. Picks up a Vandal. She could still win this. Goes in for the spray, but Kyla snuffs her out 12-9. How do you respond in a scenario like this? You just know that every single round, a Neri is full sending it somewhere.
Even though at the brink of losing in this game, and Neri immediately just puffed off. You know that we have that one more round remaining here for BABYGRR, and then it's just and Neri hindering them further to get in that win. Look at this, 3 more rounds here for really, and then let's welcome into the overtime. How long will the showdown go in? It's already 9 p.m. and Kiki is already down.
Hey.
This is finally a good start.
This could be it. This could be it. They just have to play their post plants right. Set up the positions. Alexi's going in for it. They're spraying through. The last one left. Ice Queen down to 50 HP, 2 stars to her name, and everyone just running into her. Depressed shock. That's the best one swing I have ever seen.
It was really one of the best runs. What a banger. We saw the open opportunity for Aurelie to create that kind of scenario in which they have the comeback, they create a lot of impact against the side of BABYGRR. But then again, BABYGRR was able to take down Kiki out of the question. They were able to secure a C and plant in the spike, and the postman wasn't really that good on C side whenever we have Aurelie denied already when it comes to the numbers.
Yeah, that's really all at the hands of Alexi. I mean, you were talking about how they managed to eliminate Kiki and kind of open up the C site, as it were, make it a little bit softer, make it a little bit easier for them to get control of and to really get that spike down. Alexi, in these moments, she's the one to shine. You see those 4 first bloods that she has on her scoreboard. But of course, another name that comes to mind is none other than Terror. A couple of quadra kills in these rounds. Almost an ace.
Exactly.
She did close it out. I tweeted about it. I'm scolding her. No, I'm kidding. But she came so close to it. And she's almost the MVP of the entire match. Of course, though, we cannot just downplay an area like that. She is the queen. She is the most mechanically sound player that we've ever seen in the entire FSL community. And there it is on top of the scoreboard. 9 first bloods. How many rounds did we see? It was just on defense. On defense. And she pushes out like straight down mid, straight into window.
Yeah.
Gets a headshot, no problem. I don't know how she does it.
Even though that there is a lot of risk, there is a lot of factors that you can be quickly traded off and countered by the players here from the side of BABYGRR. She did not even hesitate. She's not even stuttering when it comes to going in for those picks, getting into her heads immediately with just the snap of her fingers. And still, it is a game given to us by BABYGRR. Win for them. And let us all welcome you guys to a game number 3. But before that, we would like to thank our players right now who has been really doing a lot of pressure onto their minds right now to finally give us a game 3.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to go straight into that map on Bind after this break, though. So don't go away. We will be back after this.
We're finally down to the last and final round, final game on the night itself. I'm on the guys with the W. Together with me is Quack. This is again the last series of the day on our FSL VALORANT Showdown between the players of Aurelie and BABYGRR.
Yeah, it's the names again. Aurelie and BABYGRR. All right, so the last map is going to be Bind, of course, again. And, I mean, just seeing how these two teams played, I mean, I think you had a little bit of insights. We heard, like, there was a game plan for Team BABYGRR. What was it?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to share that?
Yeah, I can at least share that about what was their game plan earlier on in game number 2. and just evade Inari. Just don't come in contact with Inari. And that went well. That went in on quickly. And for the last few rounds in the Megan that we saw earlier, that we have Inari popping off, even though that they are already at the match point, it just really goes to show that this is the specific strategy that you need to execute and further for this game.
True, but also we did see that the game didn't end that smoothly, because even if you evade an area, sometimes an area will go hunting for you, and then in that sense you can't like evade her. Sometimes even if you do evade her, you have to deal with the other teammates off the team. I mean, you got Kiki, you got Nong, and they are sharp as well. So it's a tough situation sometimes. I cannot predict who's going to win this final map.
Yeah, and I cannot also predict if ever Inari will be playing on the Datrina once more. This is fine. We're expecting a lot of flights. We're expecting a lot of smokes, a lot of controllers, especially initiators. At this point, I'm just really looking forward to see a lot of new agents come into play, since it is another map. It is another bind map we are going to play in, and now it's still the Killjoy here for Terror.
Playing it safe, and okay, Taylor is a certified Killjoy main right now.
Yeah.
She could definitely cosplay that at some point, but the rest of the squad, now that's what I'm curious by. We're seeing Nong with a Cypher pick, and that's very interesting. Because seeing how Alexi was popping off as a Jet from earlier on, getting those 4 first bloods, Cypher is something that could counter that. We've got to press Choco, though, as a secondary duelist, so this could be something that helps out the team as a whole.
Choose your agent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, double duelist as well. Reyna, Raze. Interesting.
Alexi's still on the Jet, huh? It's a good pick, especially earlier on. She was able to dominate a lot of situations against the side of O'Reilly. But this time, as you mentioned, we have someone to deny those kind of entries that will be happening here between the players of BABYGRR. Especially that we have the Jet, we have the press Choco for the trade-offs, but the only thing that they have, or that they will be going up against once more, is that they are facing an initiator with those blinds
That's right.
creatively enough to get an info as well.
She's just gonna have to be a little bit careful. Of course, similar comps but different. Different in theory. I'd just like to pull off a ritual real quick. So, Honey Glaze, if you don't mind, close your eyes and say this with me.
Okay.
Our Alexi, which
Our
art in
Alexi.
Valorant, hallowed be thy BABYGRRs. Thy Silva comes. Thy darts be shot to heaven. Give us this day our daily ranked wins. And forgive us our toxicness as we forgive those who are toxic against us. This was written by Tarathiel. It was in the chat
my
somewhere.
God. That's really well written. But will it be happening, and will it be effective, Alexi? Oh no, it did not happen well
didn't work.
for Alexi to survive. And I guess that is a goodbye. It's now 34v5.
Well, one player, still okay. Panda's here, and she's blocked off both sides, Hookah as well as Garden. So she's kind of anticipating a push. They're just kind of waiting out the smoke. It is gone now, so if any time's to go, this is the moment.
Mom, that's a good start for Trust Choco for another home. There goes Ice Cream, and then they will be able to plant and the spike. This is 3v2 scenario already, and they are already all over the place. Theodore was able to take down Kana, but did not go well and easy on her as long. That pistol round came into play really smoothly here for the side of O'Reilly.
And that's just how it all starts. I mean, O'Reilly getting the first pick off. Alexi, unfortunately, dashing into a wall. It happens. It's okay. We move on. And you know, I don't know what else there is to say. When you see what Inari does, you see what she buys, you kind of get a feeling for how the round is going to play out.
Especially that it has been really happening all throughout our first game.
Goodness.
What? We were not looking at Kyla, but she was able to take down a lot of space immediately. 2K, and then that's the round. Just a few seconds, and then we're going in for for round number 3. That is just hella quick, given to us by the side of O'Reilly. The moment that we saw Bats was conquered by Kyla D. Danny.
Enemy remaining.
I blinked. The round ended. The end of analysis. That's it. Kyla, Aneri, Kiki, they just rushed in and did everything. Of course, the rest of the team was there ready to trade. And this is the speed at which BABYGRR has to anticipate if they're going to defend against them. I like this idea of a judge inside a hookah. It can be good, making use of the sky smokes as well. But Terror has to come up huge in this moment because she is the first point of contact. She sprays in with Phantom and actually does quite a good bit of damage.
Yeah, that gave an opener for the Press Choco to get onto one. There's a trade-off, yeah, but at the very least, that is a huge impact. 2 remaining members here, and Neri. Oh, it's a Neri still remaining alive, and it is going to pose a problem here for BABYGRR. But still, they are smoked off. They can still pick up the spike and land the spike, and oh my god, that was so close for Alexis to kill, but the cleanup was on the hands of Sanitario. Yee.
All of a sudden, Nong
so
answers back. It's all it takes is that one tap, that one headshot. Alexi as well, though. Both at full HP. Only thing is, the spike's been dropped, so Nong has to go into retrieve it. She knows where Alexi is, but not quite getting the spray. Alexi puts her full of holes instead and gives us that standard start of 1-2.
It's kind of unfortunate for the side of BABYGRR to lose a lot of players, a lot of members on their team, especially on their buy round. This could have been a really good round for them if ever they were able to deny an area on their entry. And then there is the follow-up on the utilities as well from the Omen, and then there's the Sky. There's another big factor, especially when you have that initiator who can come up with a blast.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What? There was an incendiary. There was a player with a What? Okay,
and
there
then
we go.
And then you get killed by the Spectre. Barely.
All of a sudden, the entire team of BABYGRR are wrapping them around. Alexi coming out of short. Her teammates fall, though. This is where things get a little bit dicey. Nong comes back in as well. The Cypher player, of all things. It's 3-1. They bought back, and they managed to strike back as well. I don't know what to say about the Neri stuff.
She keeps on doing the impossible quack. And first off was swimming around the gravity well, and then there was someone with the judge, incendiary. She didn't even give any mind to it, and then she's already inside of the site, getting in a lot of space here. And announced, but will it be the same? Especially that we have the Press Choco already down.
Oh my goodness. Okay, she's doing it again this time. Centenario will not be able to survive. The scenario goes off of this rampage. 2 players left, and they are just hiding. One of them is Alexi, and Ari knows this. And Ari knows it, and she wants her head. Kiki steals it away. No problem. Tayro's the last one left, and Nong kind of knows. There might be a trip that was broken, and now just going in to clear and check the angles. She finds her and sprays it on through. Tayror will not be able to survive to tell the tale. It's 4-1. BABYGRR in a tough spot.
But the scenario, she doesn't even have any mind on those incendiaries, on those mollies, even though it's just recently that it has been showed off. I acknowledge the fact that Pandas has to think about bats a lot after going in with that molly, but then again, there's this immortal called Neri, not really giving or just really going in for the push once she knows where that molly came from.
And that's intel as well, like knowing how the incendiary lands. Aldrin pushes through and this confirms the hit onto the B site, so well, I'm not sure if this Sky Smoke was supposed to cover her, but Depressed Shock goes in a tough spot as Kiki drops down. Just looks over at the wrong time. Dark cover in to block them off in a rotation as well, but Panda! Where were they looking? Kyla! So now it's all down to the rest of the squad. The orbital strike comes down from above to deny the spike plan, and Panda continues forward. But on the off angle, it doesn't even matter. A Neri is here to play.
She didn't even care about the orbital strike. Why would she care about the player going in for that wide pick? She was able to bag up 3K for this round, and it was really depressing to see that the Depressed Choco is just pinned down on that crucial angle, and where she can play it out if ever she wasn't, she and the players from O'Reilly wasn't able to get an info. If ever there was someone there, if Kiki wasn't able to pick onto her, but then it's just really a risky play. Now they need to learn from those mistakes and then get enough kicking for them to secure in their rounds, and thankfully we have Alexi going in for one.
Just one though. Now it's a 2. And Neri's still looming around the corner, so Alexi's being very careful about it. There's just a duel going between the two of them. But thankfully, you know what? Centenary comes here to help her out. Alexi comes out on top and getting another headshot as well. Centenario, where have you been all this game?
Oh my god. I like the opportunity of him or of her completely giving a lot of space with just the Hunter's Fury, and then followed up by Panda, and we have here the right clicks from the bucket denying and the plan from Ice Cream, and now this is a good round, a good start for them to have their comeback. It has been 5 rounds completely dominated by O'Reilly, but they need to kick it off just to make sure that Neri doesn't have enough time to compose herself once the second half happens.
That's just a fun thing too, that the entire anti-strat is centered around Aneri. She's the one pushing out aside of Garden though, and everyone's here prepared for this. Panda takes her down this time. Now the rest of the squad continues to cascade through. I don't know if they will be able to hold it off though. Depressed Choco getting the dismiss, going back into a safer position. The rest of them cannot make it out through this choke point.
I don't think it was really wise for them to get immediately inside of the side, but now the isolation plays are coming in. We have Nong getting on to 1, down to 3v2 scenario. This is still doable if ever
Ooh.
Ice Cream gets in 1. I was about to say that, but still, yes, she was able to get it. And now they were able to go in for the TP. Time is just moving
and she
forward
gets the
for
alt
them.
orb?
Yeah,
She has her ult. That's Seekers.
yeah.
Took a little bit of time though, so this is going to be time of the essence. Taro goes in, and Alexi coming in from behind. They cannot get the spike down anymore, and Alexi just dances a little bit to secure, plant her foot down to get that final shot through the skull. 3-5. And that's, I don't know, a great holds coming outside the garden.
Yeah, could have been doable for them if ever they could have just waited for the Seekers to completely taken the position here from that last 2 players from BABYGRR. But unfortunately, yeah, again, they were coming on out of time to plant in the spike, and then the positions are already committed here by Taylor to deny that one more player here from O'Reilly to plant in the spike. And now, speaking of denying of numbers, Alexi managed to get in 2 quickly on this round.
And the operator's online, the knives as well, going in just to slice and dice them off. The 4th player down. And of course, a little bit of support coming in from the teammate as well. 4-5, Honeyglaze.
Plainly seeing here, O'Reilly is just having a hard time to find the whereabouts here from the side of BABYGRR and the rest of the gang on their early picks. They need to deny in Alexi. They need to do something about Alexi first before they head on to a round in which they play in for the post plan. So for those 3 picks that can potentially be a hindrance once more for BABYGRR. And now, I was just talking about this earlier. Alexi was able to take down one immediately, and it's the controller. That is a good enough impact since the smokes won't be helping much here for O'Reilly to get inside of the
Ooh.
site.
No
I know
need to worry
exactly.
about retakes if your operator is just gonna do everything. And in that time as well, Depressed Choco holds her own on the A site. Last one left is gonna be Kiki inside of Hookah. She tries to burst it down, but nope. Panda's gonna be the one to get the headshot in the end. So 5-5, we have evened up the scoreline. And I'm curious, how does the eco look on the side of
Spike
Team
down B.
O'Reilly?
I'm also kind of curious.
Not great.
Oh, there we go.
Mhm.
Oh man, it's been a while since they've gathered themselves a win. It's been 4 consecutive rounds, and then it's all about the pick-offs, the frags before they even plant or before they even get in on objective here. For each and every round, BABYGRR has been really inclined to against the side of O'Reilly. This is a good first contact play from Alexi. Maybe a good follow-up as well coming in from the Press Choco. And not even the follow-up. She was able to go in for the contact, go in for 2K. And there goes a goodbye from 2 players now from O'Reilly.
Just knowing that your opponents don't quite have the firepower allows them to go in with this aggression, but a Spectre still does damage, so they have to respect that. It's down to a 3-on-3, and Terror goes for the ballsy play of going through the teleporter. Unfortunately, it does not quite work out, and that is not quite a weapon retrieved yet. Alexi's going to swap over to a Vandal to give her a higher chance of winning out this duel, but Spike is trapped inside of showers, and that's the main thing that BABYGRR are looking out for. Here comes the
Oh my God.
sprays, though. Panda rolling down the hill, rolling down the mountain. She dishes out the hurt, and Ice Queen is trying to stay alive inside
my
of this
God.
obstacle. Plants one on the head. All she needs is one more. Where are you looking, though? Almost getting the flick, but Panda just bursts it on through, and that's gonna be a 6-5.
I'm so confused on why she was just looking onto that angle after the flash popped in. I know for a fact that she knows
Enemy remaining.
where Panda was, but I think it's just anticipation in which she blinded, so most likely she could have pushed through all the way from lamps. Or, I'm just really confused on analyzing it further,
Yeah.
but yeah, unfortunately that round goes in to the side of BABYGRR. Could have been a good clutch though for Ice Cream.
Yeah, just kind of overthinking it for a second, but you have to still commend the effort. The fact that she did get that one tap, which is really amazing, brings it down to 6-5. So last round before the swap, and it's going to be a Neri back to her usual antics. Closing in the distance, she's using the Phantom. She wants to get these frags. She's using her Empress just to push all of them back. Look at how much her presence is doing. Kairo doesn't care though, and she's managed to take that down. 2-on-4. Panda has her orbital strike.
One enemy remaining.
Could be a bigger factor, but will
Oh.
she be able to have the opportunity to use it? No. Kelody Daddy won't be giving her the time
Switching
to
sides.
use in that orbital strike since there was no more space and there was no one to go in for the follow-up for Neri to deny Neri. But look at this, she just really pushed in. She played it for contact and she wanted that contact. Even though she was treated off by Terror, at least that impact was already given and the space was already covered all the way from backside here in A. So now in this first half, after concluding into the first half, it's just really going so well for both of our teams that this is a really nice matchup now here in Bind.
Truly, truly even. I mean, even with the kill feed as well. 14-14 on both team captains. Both second top fraggers are 12-12 as well. And this is just really close. Of course, though, can we really expect... Yes, we can. Okay, I was just about to say it, and Eric's already pushing out of showers. What is going on? What is this?
Oh, that was so close. She's still alive, but the Neri is already all the way from the back, catching onto their tails. And they could immediately be pinned down. Kiki, though, she needs to make the shot happen, but no, it did not connect. 3 players still alive and
Ooh,
kicking
ooh.
for BABYGRR, but now they are tagged in by that
Ooh.
Cypher. Oh!
Spike
Sneaky.
down B.
Oh my. Well, this is impressive. Nog, she's got some Cypher setups to play with for sure. Even with a classic at that range, it doesn't quite work out. Depressed Choco coming up huge with the quadra kill in this round to secure the win for her team.
This is the tricky part. Once we go in the latter phases of our second half, this is going to be a big of a hindrance. After seeing that we had that Cypher, we have Nong just playing it out like an assassin, waiting in for those trip wars to be tripped upon by BABYGRR, by the players of BABYGRR, and then info will be gathered just still from her camera. So a lot of factors to think about after getting it inside of the sites. But the press Choco just said, oh, we just needed to face them head on and go in with those sprays.
Yeah, it was a really open position as well. Now Kyla trying to do what she can to stop the spike from getting planted, but with a classic, it's just not quite going to pan out the way that she wants it to. Nong almost getting the flick, but still at that range. The Spectre will rip and tear her apart. 8-6, a flawless win for Team BABYGRR.
I like that. This is a well-needed bonus now for them to have enough lead as they went on fully from the last half. We are seeing the full mice now for O'Reilly to try and at least tackle it in forward for another round, or for at least for them to close it out to an 8-8 once more. But then again, there's a lot of factors to think about. As we mentioned earlier, BABYGRR is just playing it out with the strategy, not playing in contact against an area. And look at this. I think they are really all the way from that situation. But now,
Okay.
it's just two players dominating them.
A little bit of a Hail Mary push outside of hookah, and it just doesn't quite work out. Even TPing over. Oh, a little bit of a fake actually, but still. It's going to be that Cypher setup that you really want to pay attention to, because Nong is such an annoying hindrance on the site itself. She's gotten the third, and here comes Kyla to finish things off. 8-7, it's a standard start once more.
They had the gun, so yeah, it is a most likely evident enough they have enough firepower to begin with. But this time, it was again their bonus round. For the side of BABYGRR, enough deaths was inflicted against the side of O'Reilly, and they can have a hard time this round coming in, especially that we have here BABYGRR all still pushing in a split up. But now, Punish is in there and Kiki all the way from hookah.
That's Alexi is really happy with that. Taking down Neri. Now that they have all this space, they have the site, spikes going down. Nong did not have her anchor setups here. And that's why this round could go completely south for the team of O'Reilly. Going for a little bit of control over elbow, but still, push is coming through along with the guiding lights. Unfortunately, it does not make it past the sky smoke. Kyla gonna go in for a wallbang. Nong approaching outside of elbow now, but Depressed Choco in the closest off angle, able to find one, and then Panda to clean things up.
Clean starts and clean endings given to us by BABYGRR as they set foot inside of the site. It was down to a really good of a number play or number advantage, and then the post plans is just really looking well for them, especially that they can either have their lineups or either have their utilities to be played out in the later stages and the postman scenarios in those retakes. And now, and speaking of the lineups, and speaking of their utilities, their ultimates are now available. We have the lockdown, we have the orbital strike. It is enough to create a lot of space for them to get inside of the sites.
I could. Oh, what? What? Okay. Sometimes it's just chaos, and they're pushing in all the way, getting a more effective usage out of this lockdown. Now it's covering the entire site, and O'Reilly will not be able to go in with the retakes. Not to mention, they don't quite have the firepower either. I think Kyla actually got to. Yep, she got detained.
Oof. And Neri with
Oh, she's just
one.
doing Alexi. Oh, okay.
Oh my god. Basically, just gave her a chance to clutch this one out.
Come on.
Another goes into her crosshair. That's a 2K already, and now this can really come into play that they can defuse it the spike once the smoke is already there. Thankfully enough, they were able to react on time once.
Unbelievable. No
Oh
way!
my god, they just did it, and Neri with a triple.
Thrifty. Keep your weapons.
No freaking way. They had everything. They spent an ultimate on this round. And all it took was for a Neri to get a headshot onto Alexi. That gave her the start. She got her health and she got the confidence to continue peeking out. And at some point picking up the Phantom, getting the support from Kyla, who stuck the defuse. Oh, really are back in the game.
Yes, this should do.
And Neri, we're seeing her pop off again in the later rounds. But will it be late for her and the team to have the comeback? It isn't again another lead for. Oh, that is an oh indeed. Kyla D Daddy is already there, but Alexi moving on forward inside of the side for the trade. But there was someone already expecting her on that angle, and now Taylor is left behind all the way from Double Dice. They're just really throwing up those mollies to push them all out, and thankfully she was able to take down the Neri for the count.
Taylor, I mean, she's the one to look out for. All the way outside of lamps, and of course the spike trying to go through as well. She managed to get the spray, but unfortunately the spike drops, and Kiki, perfect crosshair placement, perfect click onto Centenario's head, and we have an evened up 9-9.
Quickly enough, they were able to secure it. An equalized scoreline now. Really, it's just really popping off with their strategies, with their retakes. It's just really moving on forward, and which they know for a fact how to deny the number advantage already from the side of BABYGRR, and then followed it up with the well-executed play upon the crossbars, as we saw earlier with Nong and then Kyla D Daddy.
And this is a really interesting defense strategy being deployed by Aurelia as well. You can see that, yeah, okay, maybe they're just evading a Neri, but you know what? If we have Nong on the other side just to anchor all those tripwires, it makes it really tough for BABYGRR to rush. And that's why we saw that strat fail for them in the previous round. That said, though, they're still trying to go in for it. They see that tripwire, and now, if they can set up the perfect execute, they just might be able to make something happen on the A site. And Neri has just arrived, though. She's on site. She's online. She's rotating back.
Oh well, BABYGRR has been really buying enough time for them to confuse players from Aurelia, and they are not even sure of their whereabouts. And now with those seekers, it is now the 9th. Now we have Nong going in for 2, and Neri goes in for another. After taking too much time, that is going to be the consequences. So we have so much composure still for Aurelia to deny almost already 3 members
left
from BABYGRR.
Last player standing.
But now that's all that's left is one more. It's Depressed Choco. With not much of a weapon, just a classic. And Aries waiting for it. Crosshair position right in the middle. Oh my. That is pinpoint accuracy.
My city needs me.
It felt like looking on the range, and oh my god, an area you're just
It's like
really...
playing hard mode bots.
Yeah.
One shows up and she instantly gets it. It's
It's insane.
it really is. Every time you watch this girl play, it's holy cow.
Thankfully, I only have 1 day in the showdown, and I won't be
What?
won't be shocked with every play, and there you will be playing on the games.
It's just impressive. Next round though, and Aries not really on site. It's gonna be Depressed Choco to start things off, and they know to look out for these tripwires, but here comes Nong inside of Lamps, and Alexi has to be the one to deal with her. She's trying to chase her tail. They've managed to split the site in half.
It's so dangerous though, oh my god, that is just doing it after Nong was able to take down 2.
One enemy
with just the
remaining.
tripwires, it's just really commendable. But now with those nades,
Don't mess with this.
come on, Kiki, do you love me? Yes, indeed. We see so much overwhelming plays here coming from that Cypher. There comes the utilities being set up, and then the welcoming factor here by Alexi all the way from Lambs. But unfortunately, it did not really go well since we have those
enemy
facials covering up that certain angle in which we're expecting that someone can really be just waiting on forward for any info given to them.
It's perfect, and that is how you want to play Raze. You gotta love that Drake reference, and here we go, 9-11. Knocking on the door of match point, Team O'Reilly. They have figured out such an impenetrable defensive setup. Only thing is, will BABYGRR actually adapt to this? They've been playing this exact same approach to the A site for the past, I don't know, 2 to 3 rounds now. Alexi's managed to sneak her way in towards Lamps, but is that going to be enough?
Oh, good start for Tater though. This is B already conquered all the way from the players here. Tater! This is good, especially that they are already backing up from the fight. They can play out for the postman. They have enough utilities. We have the lockdown, we have the Hunter's Fury, and this is enough for them to secure players then.
And to press Shaco.
Oh my god.
The flank coming through as well. They're making use of everything that they've got just to push out of sight, but spotting out the outlines of the player models. The press Shaco comes up from behind, Centenario from up front, and everything falls downhill. BABYGRR just, I don't know, roaring back in.
Wow, I really love the mind games onto that round, especially that a lot of players, almost 4 players are already inside of A. They're expecting a lot of happen inside of A since there has been some kind of commitment from Bats, and then there's Enshort, and then as we said, the strategy is really coming into play for BABYGRR, just not coming in contact too on Neri once they knew and once they have the info.
And that's really the game plan. They've started to figure out how to pull off fake executes as well, and that's the most fun thing to watch. But this time, unfortunately, Hookah will be completely cordoned off by Neri and Kiki.
Oh, look at this. They're just really playing it slow since then again, they have created a lot of attention in another site and then slowly crawling back into another. But once again, it's not just an area you need to think about. There's still Nong with the trip wars, with the crazy Cypher CCTV cams, and then you know already where you are already.
Spike down A.
It's that perfect defensive setup, but here comes an orbital strike from Panda just to help out her team. Unfortunately, she gets taken out by Kiki though. Tayror using the lockdown. She's got the spike. She's picking it up. She wants to teleport through, but here comes Kyla the Daddy.
Match point for O'Reilly. This could have been a good clutch, and the isolated phase can still be played out. One, she do plants in the spike. She has, I think, another molly on her name, but now this is the match point and a lot of pressure. Too much is already been taken, and now they are punished with half an armors only committed onto this last and final round, possibly.
Really possibly. Good thing is they managed to buy up and scrounge up whatever they can afford. Light shields. They just have to be really careful about their approach. Make use of those teleporters if you need to. I sense like they're trying to bait out the rotations, and that's why they're not just committing in this site just yet. Kyla to Daddy with the paranoia sent out though. Alexi dashing up front. What is she trying to do? She couldn't find a single frag, and Centenario is able to trade out for the time being, but here comes the Sky Smokes as well. And Neria arrives on the site, and she is ready to duel. Taylor makes it a trade. Panda continues to push forward. Depressed Shaco coming in now. And then the spike plant goes down. Kiki in a 1-on-2 with blast packs only available to her. Goes in to push up front. Taylor, not quite sure where she's approaching from. Doesn't see anything outside the defender spawn, and pushing through elbow confirms that she's on the other side. They finally spot her out, but they're gonna have to win on these duels, and they do it. Working together in tandem, peaking at the same time. Kiki will not be able to survive, and it's a 11-12.
Wow. I slowly anticipated for this to be over, but by the time Eneri came inside of B side and then taking on the players of BABYGRR, but then seeing the utilities taking over Aurelia on the retake, they went down one by one, and now it's already another point
Get out of my way.
for BABYGRR to here, and then the overtime is just welcome for them, and they're now evading. They're just now evading Cypher and the Trip Wars. It's not Eneri who's the problem anymore. It's just the Cypher, and now Kiki. She needs to be sure to be able to get an 8 kill once that play happens now.
Ooh, that's exactly it. They're trying to evade it right now. They've managed to do it for the time being. Taylor making it a trade on towards Kiki. Eneri is here though, and that's another thing that they have to watch out for. Unfortunately, distracted by the tripwire. Here comes Eneri! A triple kill and shot headshots back to back. Depressed Choco, trying to do what she can, but unfortunately succumbing to Eneri's claws. 13-11, Honey Glaze. It ends here.
The perfect combination of Eneri and Nong, Cypher and Reina. The utilities came into play. The setups were just really dominant enough to pin down Alexi, to pin down the Press Choco. There are multiple times that Press Choco has been really in a mess, trying to get inside of the sites, but then being tripward. That is a huge factor in which Nong will be able to pick out, get on to kill, and then the cleanup will be happening further once the info comes to play. And that's just a really strong defense being given up to our two top fraggers from O'Reilly. And I cannot really also as well deny the fact that this has been really a close of a
The
game, close
closest.
of a match.
Yeah, I just, you can't believe it. You know, we've seen a lot of games throughout the day, but this one was the closest of all. And yeah, I mean, call it fate or happenstance, or maybe it's scripted. I don't know, but Nong plus Eneri just happened to be this duo that worked out pretty well, especially on the defensive side, given how Nong can anchor and block off certain areas of the map. That said, though, you do have to credit how Alexi, Panda, Depressed Choco, Taylor, Centenaro managed to pull this so close. But of course, at the end of the day, it's still just an Eneri game. It's her world. We're all just living in it. I mean, you remember that one round whereby Eneri had nothing but a Guardian? I think she only had like 4 HP. She was dueling against Alexi or something. Managed to get the headshot, and then the round's over. That's it.
The moment I was just I was already thinking about that if ever that Eneri gets in Alexi, that there is the possibility that she can sustain herself inside of the site going for the retake, and she was able to do it flawlessly. What a game, what a girl, what a lady over here was able to win it out for that return of the comeback, that reverse sweep for the side of O'Reilly. But then again, Crack, that is our first two series and the first day of FSL Valorant Showdown. What can you say for the last words here for our first day?
I mean, what a perfect way to kick things off, you know? These two teams. Of course, we had Peek Me Bro versus Team Whiff, and kind of saw how strong Polly can be. I wonder how Team Whiff actually could play against Team O'Reilly. Again, with all these team names. But you have to love the banter between Alexi and Eneri. You have to love the performance that they're giving us, because again, it's just how well Eneri plays this game. She is truly, I mean, I'm not even going to hold it back. She is the best player we have in this entire FSL community. Hands down.
Yeah, especially when we started off with the gravity well swimming her all the way from every duel. But then, yeah, that is going to be our conclusion, our final thoughts here into our game, here into our first day of the FSL Valorant Showdown. No more to come here in our page. Don't forget to follow the socials of FSL. And by the way, I'm Honey Grace with the W. Together with me is Quack. See you for another day here in our showdown.